Howdy, welcome to the Doodle Dad Podcast. I'm Justin Lopez with Supreme Doodles of Texas, and today we are going to talk about something that's extremely important when you're looking for your new puppy. You want to make sure that you have a health guarantee in place when you are searching and adopting your new puppy. So today we're going to break down what a health guarantee is in general, and we're going to talk about the health guarantee that you get here at Supreme Doodles of Texas when you adopt a golden doodle from us. And we're going to talk about kind of the important pieces of the health guarantee that you want to make sure is mentioned. If you are looking to buy a puppy and there isn't a health guarantee in place, I would say that is a red flag. And today I'm going to break down our actual health guarantee here at Supreme Doodles of Texas, and more importantly, why it matters to you, the puppy family. This isn't just about the puppy. It's about your family. It's about protecting your family. There's nothing more emotionally disruptive than bringing home a new pet and something goes awry from the health guarantee perspective or a health perspective. Let's talk about what a health guarantee is. It is a written contract between the puppy family and a breeder. And notice that I say written. This isn't something that you just talk about maybe in a text message or you talk about on social media back and forth. You want to make sure that there is an actual, well-prepared, hopefully attorney-reviewed health guarantee contract. It's really important that there's a difference in the two. You're not just taking someone's word for it via social media or a text message. There's an actual prepared and reviewed pet guarantee, health guarantee. So you want to make sure that it's legit from that perspective. You want to make sure that it covers genetic health issues, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. You want to make sure that the health guarantee has some sort of a vet verification aspect to it. Ours does, and we'll talk about it's important the timeline on a vet verification as it relates to a health guarantee. And it sets specific expectations on both sides, both from a puppy family and the breeder's perspective. There's going to be both sides, and so you want to take a look at what that looks like. Folks, the health guarantee is your safety net. If it's not in writing, it doesn't exist. Hear me again. If your health guarantee is not in writing, it does not exist. So make sure you are paying attention to that. The Supreme Doodles of Texas health guarantee, here's what it covers, okay? It covers 1 year of inherited genetic defects. It must affect the quality of life, and it must be confirmed by a licensed veterinarian that there's an issue, and the seller has the right to a second opinion. If you take your puppy to the vet or if there's an issues, the health contract has the right to a second opinion, so make sure that you are aware of that. We don't want to guess on these type of things. We're verifying through professionals, and that's really important. It's an emotional standpoint already when you start getting into possible health issues, but let's try to stick to the facts. Get off of ChatGPT, get off of Google, and make sure that your vet is seen by a licensed veterinarian, and that's what the health guarantee is going to require. This is about doing things the right way, and so that just goes back to making sure that your puppy is seen by a licensed veterinarian. If there was to be something wrong, our health guarantee, and we stand beside this, it's a full refund or a replacement puppy of equal of value. So from a different litter, et cetera. And it has to be equal of value. And what does that mean? Well, we have golden doodles and Bernie doodles. We have miniatures and mediums. So there's different price variations, different value variations for each of those types of puppies. And so if something goes wrong, you want to, the health guarantee guarantees you a puppy equal of value. As long as it's equal of value, the buyer gets to choose, you, the puppy family, will get to choose your second pet or your replacement pet, I should say. And if something serious and genetic happens, we make it right, period, point blank. I mean, end of discussion. If there is something that goes wrong from a inherited genetic perspective, we will make it right, and that's something that I stand by. So the buyer's responsibility from a health guarantee perspective is that when you pick up your puppy from Supreme Doodles of Texas, it has to be seen by a licensed veterinarian within 5 days. Uh, that's extremely important. We must send documentation within 7 days of diagnosis, and failure to follow the process voids the guarantee. So why do we do that? We want the puppy to be seen by a licensed veterinarian within 5 days of it coming home to you. Now, keep in mind that before your puppy goes home, it has already been vet checked. We take all of our puppies to the vet at 6 weeks of age. They get their first round of vaccinations. Excuse me. They'll get their first round of vaccinations at 6 weeks of age. We bring them to the vet. All of our puppies are vet checked by a licensed veterinarian here in Brazos County. And so there should be zero worry. But what we require is that when you take it home, you get your own opinion from your vet of choice. And within 5 business days of taking the puppy home, it must be examined by a licensed veterinarian. There has to be structure and accountability to a health guarantee. It's really for both sides. Both sides play a part, the puppy family and the breeder. And so it's just make sure you do your part and you read the health guarantee and you take it to your puppy to the vet within 5 days. Let's talk about kind of what is not covered. And I know this stuff isn't really fun to talk about. We like to talk about fun things on the Doodle Dad podcast, but we always want to make sure that we're transparent. And I believe going through this health guarantee is important, from a relationship standpoint. We want you to trust us, and it needs to be talked about. So that's why we're going over this. What is not covered in the health guarantee? Worms, intestinal parasites. It's very common in large litter of puppies. It's very common in a kind of like a breeder environment. We do our extreme best, especially here at Supreme Doodles of Texas, to keep our environment and areas clean, but sometimes it just happens. So it's not included in the health guarantee. Worms, coccidia, ear infections, dry skins, hypoglycemia, stress-related illnesses, general puppy adjustments. It could be diarrhea on the first week that it comes home. It's nervous. It's in a new place with new people. That is not considered a major health issue and is not covered under the health guarantee. Every puppy, all right, no matter where you get it, is going to deal with normal puppy stuff. They just are. They're going to eat things they're not supposed to eat, not included in the health guarantee. They are going to be nervous, and that can have vomiting issues on the way home. It could have diarrhea when you get home. That's not included on the pet guarantee. It doesn't mean that your puppy is sick. This is just real life stuff. I mean, it's a new place with new people and a new environment, and it is stressful. It causes an uncomfortable feeling. And so just because your puppy has kind of an upset tummy or those types of things doesn't mean that there's an extremely health, defect in your puppy. And that is why we require you to go to the go see your vet within 5 days of coming home. It's just to build that confidence both for you and for us. And so just keep that in mind. When your puppy comes home from Supreme Doodles of Texas, it has already been dewormed at 2, 4, and 6 weeks of age. It has also been vet checked and has received their first round of vaccinations. It's really important, though, that you get your calendar, you communicate with your vet. Obviously, you're going to be at the vet within 5 days of bringing the puppy home, according to the health guarantee. Go ahead and schedule that second round of vaccinations, and here's why. You normally get the second round of vaccinations between 12 and 14 weeks of age. Make sure that you schedule that appointment. If you happen to miss that second round of vaccination window, it null and voids the first round. There's been too much of a gap in between. It's just like any other kind of medication regimen. If you don't take it consistently or as the schedule as prescribed, it null and voids the previous dose. So it's really important, if you wait to get that second round of vaccination, you don't schedule it right when the puppy comes home and you miss, you're going to have to start the vaccination schedule all over. And it's almost as if your puppy is not vaccinated, it's not protected. And so that leads me to my next point. It's, we always try to educate our puppy families. When you pick up that puppy here from Supreme Doodles of Texas, there are no Bucky stops on the way home. There are no Petco and PetSmart. We know that you're excited, but you cannot bring that puppy in those environments. We always tell our puppy families, from the time that you load the car here at our home, there is 0 stops for the puppy en route home. The next time that puppy gets out of the vehicle needs to be your yard, your area, your home, and your comfortable space where you know what's been there. We always tell puppy families too, when you get home, don't let the puppy use the restroom or, go in the front yard. You never know what could have passed on that sidewalk, what dog urinated or used the restroom in that area along your front yard. Always go to the backyard because you know what has been in that yard. You know what has contaminated that area, so to speak. No dog park, like we talked about, no dog parks, no pet stores, no Buc-ee's, no high traffic animal areas. Exposure can void the health guarantee. Listen to me. Exposure to those areas will and can void the health guarantee. Once you expose them to those high traffic, high animal areas, there is not a guarantee of what they can pick up. And when they come home to you, they are only halfway vaccinated. They've only received their first round of vaccines. They're not totally protected until you do your part and you get the second round of vaccinations. The point of the health guarantee, the steps that the guarantee requires, like going to the vet, the conversations of no stops from our home to your home, it's about protecting the puppy in their most vulnerable stage. They are so vulnerable to getting sick early on than they are as their adult dogs. So that's what we're trying to protect. The expectations and responsibility of you, the puppy family, is that you follow the vaccination schedule. The heartworm prevention is required. The spay and neuter agreement is required. You must get your dog spayed and neutered within the appropriate time frame. A lot of times we do not sell with breeding rights. Our dogs are strictly for pet families. And so the spay and neuter requirement of the health guarantee is enforceable. And the puppy must be returned to me if rehoming is needed. I kind of have the first right of refusal, whether it's the puppy's early stage in life or later stage in life. When you get rid of, if you decide that one of our puppies is no longer a fit for your family, the health guarantee in our contract requires that you at least let us know, and we get the first right of refusal. We want to know where our puppies are. We want to know where our puppies are going. And, we always talk about whether it's a good fit or not. We like to see and know where our puppies are going from a fit perspective as well. While you're on your search, a health guarantee tells you everything that you need to know about a breeder. If they don't have one, you need to ask them why. A health guarantee shows confidence in the breeding program. I'm very confident in what you take home from Supreme Doodles of Texas. I'm not afraid of what goes home. I'm very proud of the pride, the time, and the care that we put into our puppies and in our program. I'm more than happy to provide you a 1-year health guarantee. And I say that with confidence. And that's what you should be looking for when you are looking to get a puppy and add it to your family. It shows that we're thinking long term. We're not looking just to get past the 7 or 8 week mark and sell these puppies and get them into your homes. We are thinking the long-term care and responsibility of our puppies and where they go and how we can still be a part of their lives, and that is facts through the health guarantee. You're not just buying a puppy, right? We've talked about this. You are making a 10 to 15-year investment and commitment. Don't take that risk without protection. Do not take that risk without protection. Always, always purchase and adopt with a health guarantee. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you can tell how passionate we are about not only who we are as a breeding program, but about health and care of animals in general. It's really important to us. We're very passionate that we're doing this with intention, we're doing this with purpose, and we certainly want to encourage you to reach out, ask us questions about the health guarantee. We stand behind what we say. We're very transparent, and we care about your experience when you're purchasing the puppy, during those stages that the puppy is with us. We also care about the experience once you go home. And so thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Doodle Dad podcast. We appreciate you tuning in.